And welcome to the Mike Roach Show. I'm Mike Roach. This is gonna suck. This is gonna have shitty lighting. I'm gonna have this shitty tie that I had from Verizon, and we're gonna have shitty audio because I don't have a pop filter yet. And I just watched the first few seconds I tried to do a second ago, and I noticed that a lot. So there's something I learned already. Let's try not to suck our teeth, huh? Now, in the future, we're going to have softbox lights. I'm going to have potentially Brooklyn doing some producing. I'm going to have a little screen up here thing going on. Maybe a green screen behind me. Do it like a news podcast. Have guests. Maybe put some black sheets up like Hot Ones. Who knows? Make it fun. That being said, the reason why we're doing this, I'm doing this podcast, the reason why you see me just vomiting my life all over social media lately, being the exact opposite of what you're used to me being, which is a very... not very, but pretty to myself. Oh, a fly buzzing around. Cool. Yeah, this sucks so far, but that's fine. The reason why you're seeing me do all this... See, I just did it. Ah, damn it. The reason why you're seeing me do this is because I'm trying to better my life. I've been on a kick like that since my wife and I got together. We went from living in the downstairs of someone's house. My friend Nate, who bless his heart, was nice enough to give me a place to stay when I was moving out of my spot in the Covington with my ex. And me and her broke up. Brooklyn moved in. We started dating. Well, we started dating, then she moved in. I ruined his poor downstairs. This is his bathroom. He forgave me, thank goodness. I love that man. He's got a great heart. Bit of an ass at times, but I think that's why we get along so well, because so am I. Yeah, shout out to Nate. Shout out to Nate. Shout out to the Marines. Shout out to quitting drinking. A sober inspiration for me. We moved on and we did things. We quit drinking. We moved into an apartment, a ghetto apartments in Burien called the El Tirez, the roach-infested, gun hole riddled dump. Genuinely reminded me of where I grew up as a kid. 100%. Like 100% reminded me of my childhood until I was like 19 or so. 16 when I moved out. Brooklyn and I had started this progression. And we got to a point after we'd quit drinking, and we got into this house and rented it, and then I was able to, and with Brooklyn's permission, she was all for moving my mom in. She was living with my ex at the time, and my ex, bless her heart, for putting up with me. I was a pain in the ass. I hold no grudges. I cheated, she cheated. I did more than she did. I was a drunk fucking idiot. I don't... Her and her mother are saints, and if they ever for some reason watch this, I can't begin to tell you how much I appreciate you, and I hope in some way I rubbed off in some sort of positive way in y'all's life. But, oh God, meeting Brooklyn was the best thing in the world for me. And me and her getting married, and we got into this house, and she didn't question it one second. My mom was... The reason why I bring that up is my mom was living with my ex's mom. And my ex got pregnant like 6 months after we broke up. So she's moving back into her mom's house. So now me and my wife, my girlfriend at the time, are moving into this house to rent. And I'm going to have my mom living in another city with my ex's mom and my ex, who's now pregnant, and her new dude. And my mom didn't want to let him sleep on the couch because that's what they were going to do. My mom's such a sweetheart. So they figured it out. From what I understand, they're on their feet killing it now. They're doing great. So I'm super happy for them. I haven't talked to them since, obviously, a little weird, awkward, but moved my mom in. Brooklyn being the saint that she is. And we got to this point where we felt that this was it. We did it. And I was thinking, we did it. We've achieved so much. And I'm comparing myself to some of our friends, but most importantly, I was comparing myself to my old self. And right now, the Michael sitting right here compared to my old self, I'm a Harvard-educated gentleman compared to that fucking heathen that I was. I mean, I just got my license a few years ago, like 2 years ago. I had 4 warrants in 4 different counties across 2 states. Now I have none. I'm clean as a whistle. No felonies, no tickets. No DUI. That got actually rewritten, refiled, so it doesn't even show up as one. So I can still go to Canada. Did everything the right way. But I was comparing myself to a straight dirtbag. And yeah, of course, you look really nice. A polished turd looks really nice next to a raw turd. Doesn't mean you're doing everything you can. So that's where this comes about. We decided that, coincidentally, the night that I spoke to a friend of mine who changed my perspective, David, shout out to David, Emmett Carroll Day. Shout out to David. The night that I ran into him was the last UFC event we were hosting. We would host UFCs and football games every single weekend. It was like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Fuck my life. I hate my job. Oh. Friday night. Oh my God, I'm about to get off work. Ooh, you know that feeling? 15 minutes till I get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna get it. And you're driving your shitty car, listening to whatever dumbass music you like, and you're just in that groove, feeling it, because you know you ain't coming back for 2 more days. I decided it was time that I told her, I said, you cool if we just hang this shit up and stop having people over, start focusing on, maybe starting a business of our own, working for ourselves. She said, yeah, let's do that. So I did a Facebook event, and I invited all these friends, and most of them didn't come. That's fine. No worries. I don't blame them. It gets a little wild, drinking, smoking. I don't drink. Haven't in a while. 3 years. Told you that already. Redundant. So redundant. But David shows up. And lo and behold, David's been working for a friend of mine, Franky. So what the hell are you working for Franky? What the hell are you guys doing? You selling newspapers or something? Not to be rude. I didn't say that, but I'm thinking in my head, what the fuck could you guys be doing? Where we're all goofballs. My buddy David was like a 21-year-old in a 30-year-old's body. Nothing wrong with that. He just liked to party and kick it. He knew the spots on the weekends. He went out and he'd get it in and kick it. I'd say fairly responsibly. And he broke down to me the Amazon business. He was actually... This guy Frank, who's younger than me, had told everyone to... He figured this shit out a long time ago. Everybody get the fuck out of my life. I got shit to do. Not in a mean way. I'll stay in touch with you guys, but I got shit to do. I'm not going to say what it was, but... He figured out some sort of products. He found out how to label them, and he went down this whole pathway, and he taught himself on Google, and I was like, no shit. So me and David get to talking for a while, and I'm starting to miss the fights. And anyone that knows me, you motherfuckers know, I'll watch the fights, all right? I ain't the scrappiest motherfucker you ever met, but I do know my fights, and I love watching them. It's fun for me. It's a very good thing. MMA and football are my shit. So... For me to stop watching the fights on the main card and just kind of get balls deep into this conversation with David, I said, I got to come down. He goes, yeah, we got an office. David Franky's got an office. Come down and see us. An office? What the hell is going on? So, fights end. Look at my wife and I said, I don't know if I'm reading too much into this. I'm not a religious cat. I don't believe in a lot of that shit, but it almost feels like an omen, like a sign, like the last UFC event, time to make some changes, and then I run into David, and he's doing this with the homie Franky? Shit. Never super close with him. Let's go down and see what's up. So I message him right away, and I go down there on Monday, and I get the 411. And I realize there's a lot of options out there. So now, I'm sold, dude. I'm going to work for myself. I'm going to get rich. I'm going to ball out. I'm going to find a fucking product. I'm going to label it. I'm going to sell it. I start watching all these Amazon videos. I start taking all these notes on FBA classes and courses. And I almost get duped into buying a course. But my inner salesman said, these motherfuckers are selling you some shit because they're selling you a course. They're not selling you how to do it. They're selling you on the course. If they're making this much money selling products, they wouldn't need to sell you a course. Is Elon Musk selling you a course? Is Jeff Bezos selling you a course? Is Bill Gates selling you a course? No. So these fake Lambo wannabes are selling you courses. Okay. I'm not falling for it. Hit my boy up. He said, yeah, no, my course was Google. That's the course I suggest. So, all right, cool. That's just, I'm gonna be trying to mentor into you a little bit here. So long story short, I end up getting a meeting with them, a second one after I'm, you get hooked. Oh my God, money. Oh, there's a way out. I can work for myself. There's something I can do. In that meeting, my man Franky, 27-year-old man, and I do not say man lightly, grown ass man, hit me to something. He was like, if this shit ain't for you, this shit ain't for you. You don't want to do something. He said this much more eloquently than I am. But he said, if it ain't for you, it ain't for you. Just because I'm doing this doesn't mean you should do this. But you sure as hell shouldn't hate your life. You shouldn't hate what you're doing every day. You shouldn't just look forward to going home to your wife. You should enjoy what you do. And he could tell that I had passion for woodworking. I got the, ow. Yeah. Super unprofessional underground podcast. This is that shit we're going to look back on one day and laugh at. But I built this. My my good friends Juliana and Tanner. Juelz, big fan of Cards Against Humanity. And in 24 hours from conception to fully completed, built a Cards Against Humanity box that's far bigger than the big black box. With a bottle opener. Oh, sorry about the noise, y'all. Bottle opener, all that good stuff. Oil rubbed handles, all burned with a blowtorch. Got the images for the decks on top. Felt bottom so you don't scratch your table. And I was talking to Franky that day. That's the picture of two dudes making out for the college back. I was gonna go to Monta's place, and I was gonna take the picture Monta has on his wall, and I was gonna take it out of the frame. I guess he had like a picture of girls or something in his bathroom, bachelor style picture, way back. And I was gonna put that in there and do a Facebook Live and go, "Hey, something you ain't telling us." Thought it was funny as hell, but anyway. My man Franky said, dude, you ain't got to do that. There's all kinds of affiliate marketing. There's different things you can do that you enjoy. So I started like going down this wormhole. Show me a couple Gary Vee videos and a few other ones. And you know what I was crippled with was indecision. And I was really crippled with paralysis by analysis. You'll hear me say that a lot. And it's very true. You get into a habit of, okay, well, if I'm going to do a podcast, I have to get the best lights. And then after we get the lights, we'll get the camera. And let's save up and get this. All this time's going by. You haven't really done shit. Nothing. Start listening to Ask Gary Vee. He's talking to a young man who's got a way with his words. Obviously knows how to talk. He's a bit of an artist. Maybe a personality, somewhat like I'd like to consider myself a bit of a personality. And he said, what are you selling, though? The 1980-something version of you would slap the shit out of you right now. Because you're sitting here talking about not having money, but you ain't selling nothing. You live in a world of angel investors. You live in with all this stuff, but you don't even know what the hell you're selling or what your product would be. He was a little nicer than that, but he said, why don't you need to be putting out 12, 15 pieces of content a day across Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever. Get yourself out there. Build an audience. I saw another one. He said, this all comes down to Joe Rogan, Gary Vee, and a couple other inspirational people. You got things, you're good at multiple things? Pick one and do it. Pick two and do it. Something you're not good at? Don't do that. I started doing game editing. Game footage. Recorded on an Elgato game capture. Shout out to my man Brendan. Brendan hooked me up with it. Let me buy his off him used, which is real nice of him. And I started capturing game footage, and I realized I'm not very good at editing the footage. It takes me a long time. There's a big learning curve to that. But I learned that I can go on Fiverr and I can pay somebody somewhere else $3 an hour to knock that shit out for me. Frees up my time to be creative. Nothing wrong with that. It's perfect. So I started having to realize to delegate tasks and try different things. So here we are, full circle, podcast, Twitter, Instagram. I've been vomiting content on all of you people. Some of it's shitty, some of it good. I hope you like it. I hope in some way it's inspiring some of you to do something with your life, something different. Don't be miserable. Don't fall in this stupid ass trap of wanting the nicest cars and, oh, we both have brand new cars and then we're paying for the insurance. And then we're broke. Why? It makes you happy, but I'm literally at the point right now, like if my mom wasn't living with me and I had the option to go back and move in with my mom at 30 years old, my wife, and quit my job. My wife worked her job, I quit my job, move in with mom's, and dedicate myself to content and DIY building, I might do it. Because I have the passion and the drive for it. I'm exhausted right now. I'm burning the candle at both ends and then another one. And it's so fulfilling, though. I don't feel tired and stressed out about it. My knees and my joints are killing me from all the sugar I'm eating, though. Jiu-jitsu tore my knees out, but I tore my meniscus, and all this sugar is making it hurt so bad. But I'm so used to hitting that vape pen, and I'm redirecting. So here in about a week or so, I'm less than that. Wean off the sugar. But I'm rambling. The point of all of this is that I had to pick something, and I didn't know what to pick, so I picked a bunch of stuff. And I'm putting out a bunch of content, and I'm doing this podcast, and it's going to turn to a green screen and some cool shit, and maybe some guests, and who knows how it's going to go. Maybe I'll be on Rogan one day. Maybe I'll be on Ask Gary Vee one day. Maybe Gary Vee or Rogan will be on the Mike Roach show one day. Maybe I make stuff with Jimmy DiResta, one of my heroes. Maybe I get to go out on a survival mission with Les Stroud. Maybe Cody Lundin and Dave Canterbury bury the fake hatchet they had, or sort of real hatchet they have from Dual Survival, and I get to go out and do something with them. Because I love survival stuff. Have a 72-hour bag. Make sure you have water for your house. It's all kinds of things I'm interested in. And if I help even one person, or I push even one of my friends in the direction, like I'd love to see Hugo get back into the Bonsai channel. That dude's actually getting me on the, that's my dude for cameras. He knows his cameras. So he told me to get a 4K point and click. That's DSLRs are cool, but for the money, the point and click, that the good 4K one's badass. I should go for that for this podcast. So I always defer to him for cameras because he knows his shit. Use the people around you, network, know who knows what they're talking about, and use their information to help you. Don't handicap yourself. Get him back into the Bonsai channel because, man, does that guy know how to garden. He could create some really cool shit. But I want to put content out. I want to touch people. I want to not like that. Don't fucking don't pound me to me and shit and fucking tweet that shit out. Hashtag whatever you want to call it. I want to reach out to people and just show, man, you don't have to go down this fucking road of hating your job every single day. You can make something, create something, hopefully it blossoms into something beautiful. So I'm going to stop rambling now, and I'm going to rewatch this, and hopefully I didn't do that a whole bunch. And hopefully somebody got something out of this. I would do the DIY project like I said earlier, but I'm going to take the day off for that. Not because I'm taking a break. There are no breaks. I'm embracing the grind. But because I told my friend Franky that I would give something a shot and try something for him, and I think I figured out one of the 3 tasks, and now it's time to do the other 2. So I want to dedicate the rest of my time today to taking care of those other 2 and cooking dinner for the wife. Knowing her, she'll probably just cook it for me without me realizing it. So gotta love that one. But yeah, I want to get that done. He asked me to do it, so I'm going to do it. Then I'll get to the DIY projects and editing these videos together better. So if you're excited for more like content, seeing cool like how I showed that Cards Against Humanity case, how we built it, I'm gonna do an aqua terrarium with waterfalls, has like a sphinx or like a Buddha in it with mist coming through the waterfalls. I'm gonna give it away to people watching the videos. So as this audience builds, it's so small now, people are gonna be actually getting free stuff because I'm gonna have like 12 people watching for all I know. So like, share, subscribe, send it out. The quality's gonna get better. The content's gonna get better. Nothing about this is going to stay low. I am constantly trying to improve. If you have not gotten one thing out of me, if there's only one thing you've gotten out of me, out of all the Instagram posts, the Twitter, the Facebook, the Snapchat, it's that I'm about improvement. Not stagnation, not mediocrity, improvement and excellence. Winner. Winners win. I'm going to win. Whether it's this podcast, whether it's the DIY channel, whether it's affiliate marketing, whether it's Amazon FBA wholesaling, whether it's a Shopify store where I hook you up with products that I truly believe in, that I think are beneficial to a category or a genre, whether that be survival, ammunition, whether it be, if this could just be a thing where I interview people who think differently than me, because I fall in the Democrat and the Republican camp. I believe in the right to bear arms, and I think gay people should totally be allowed to get married. If you're homosexual, fucking knock yourself out. Transgender, I don't give a flying fuck what you want to do. Knock yourself out. You ain't hurt me none. I don't care. So am I the anomaly? Or are we being programmed to believe that there's really this Democrat, liberal, alt-left, alt-right, hate each other movement? Or is that just a separate society so we don't sit back and look at our government for what it truly is? Maybe that's the show. Who knows? But we're going to go down this road together, and hopefully you stay with me. Hope one day we look back and watch this and go, God damn, dude, you didn't know to shut up, and that quality was dog shit, and would you kill that fucking fly already? Anyway, this has been the Mike Roach Show. I don't know what day this is going to come out. Hopefully I get another one in before next Thursday, but if not, I'll see you Thursday or Friday. And stay classy, you sons of bitches. I almost forgot if I did this correctly, and I don't think I probably did, but down below you should see links to my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat, as well as anything else. So go ahead and follow those links. Like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate you. This is the Mike Roach Show. I got a feeling it's going to be a lot of Mike progressing and talking about the old days being Roach. I don't have split personalities, but we all have our demons and our old days and our old self who, if we could go back, we'd slap. So for all the nicknames, Mike Roach, Pale Stallone, Pasty Jesus, there's Kodak Black. Well, I'm Polaroid White. Album drops Friday. No, I'm just kidding. Go down there, like, subscribe. Appreciate you. Take care. We'll see you soon.